told her that she can speak up when you have a
Well,
question for her.
welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. We are so excited. We are joined with Christian and Anna Hofferly. And
I make him do the Hof.
of course, you've seen Christian before. In fact, I thought maybe you'd wear your Bavarian.
No, not today.
Not today. All right. But Christian is here, and of course with Anna, we're going to talk about the German Saturday School that's held every Saturday.
No,
Every other Saturday.
Every other Saturday.
Right
I'm sorry.
now, we're talking about that.
Okay, and then let's talk about what it entails and what the folks that maybe want to come be a part of it, what they can do. But first of all, thank you for being with us, and thank you,
for
Anna,
having
for
us
being
again.
with us.
Thanks for letting Anna be part of
Oh,
this.
definitely, beautiful young lady.
Aren't you?
I know.
Anna right here is not only my daughter, she's also a student at German Saturday School. That's why I
Okay.
chose to bring her with me this morning. We're holding German Saturday School every other Saturday currently, so the next session will be November 12th.
Okay.
We just had one this past Saturday. We're trying to get it onto a weekly schedule, but that will probably happen in the school year 2012. So we began this project in the springtime of this year and really formalized it and galvanized it with the start of the school year. And we have just shy of 20 students enrolled now. We started out at the First Lutheran Church on McIntyre Road or Avenue, I keep forgetting. And now we're partnering with Lee University.
Wonderful.
They're letting us use their rooms in the Church Street Annex, which I think used to be the Baptist Church.
Yes.
Wonderful facility, room for us to grow into. Lee University understands that this is serving a community need, but also, of course, it's good to have a project like this in an academic setting.
Sure.
So we meet every other Saturday, and it's been great.
Now, okay, and I'm gonna act dumb here, like I'm acting.
I see this all the time.
Is this okay? This is for people that want to learn German, and then is it for people that maybe speak German that want to learn better English as well?
No, it is for right now. It's for youth learners.
Okay.
So we start at, I think the youngest is 3.5 or almost 4 years old, and the oldest right now is, I believe, 14 or 15. So it's a youth and teen learners group. Actually, they're 3 learners group, and they come from all kinds of linguistic backgrounds. Some of them speak no German in their homes, but the parents want the children to be immersed in a language learning environment. Some kids, like my kids, we speak German at home, so for them it's reinforcing what they hear at home in a more school-type setting. So
Sure.
it runs the gamut from no language skills to quite some language skills, and we try to group them up according to age and skill levels.
Anna, are you fluent in German? Can you speak? Can you say
yeah,
just
I'm
about
sure
anything
she
in
is.
German? Can you? And so mom and dad can't talk behind your back. They can, if they're speaking in German, you know exactly what they're saying. All right, good for you.
See, now,
good for you.
my dad and all of my relatives, they would speak Italian, and they never taught us Italian. But the reason why is so they could speak and we wouldn't know what they were talking about. Which I always thought, man, I wanted to learn it. But
Now we do have a DVD. We
do,
out
we
there
do.
on Saturday. And take a
well,
look
yeah,
at it.
let's take a look at this. Now it's B-roll. We don't have no audio with it,
So
but we'll show
just-
it. And then Christian, if you'll talk over it and kind of
Okay.
explain what we're seeing here. This was a video that was taken this past Saturday at the German Saturday School, and of course,
Yeah,
That's
see
the
it.
door.
there's the
That's
door
the
to
door
go
to-
in.
We have our own logo, DSS, that's the acronym for Deutsche Samstagsschule, German Saturday School. This is a concept
Okay.
that's been around for many years throughout the U.S. Wherever you find pockets of German-speaking families, they gather to allow their children to maintain their linguistic roots. Here you see they do some textbook activities. These are the preteens and teen group. Their language level is quite advanced by now. The volunteer in that classroom is actually a Cleveland High School student who just
No
came back
kidding.
from an exchange program in Germany. The Alex in the green shirt, he spent a year in Germany and he's fluent now in German. He's helping with that learners group. And we have, of course, younger children as well who do more playful activities. So it's depending on their age and skill levels that defines the academic approach. So they're playing Twister with German commands. So whatever whatever the teachers and volunteers in that group decide is the activity for that day. It will always be directed with German commands and answers, and if they don't understand, they try to rephrase it. It's a very playful learning setting. The children don't feel like they have to go to school again on a Saturday.
Right.
Mom, I don't want to do this Saturday morning. So it is, well, we're trying to do both appeal to the children's playfulness, but also to tickle their interest in that other language. So they're having snack together. Usually it's a snack prepared by one of the German families, so it's also an immersion in the cultural experience.
Right.
We have German type cold cuts or spreads.
Ooh, that would be good. Bratwurst.
Joe's
Well,
gonna be
maybe
there
not
for
in the
lunch.
morning.
Oh God, I could
Morning,
eat
Joe.
a bratwurst in the morning.
So yeah, but what this does, it's not just that we have our children exposed to a language program at that age. It also fills a community need for many of the incoming families that work here for Volkswagen Wacker
Yes.
and the suppliers. So we have Wacker children in there, we have bioengineering children in there, there's Volkswagen children in there. And what these parents understand is that once their children live here for an extended period, especially at that age,
We can lose it.
they're slowly but surely losing some of their native
Right.
language skills.
Yeah.
But at some point, they will have to enroll back in their German school system. So what we will provide at some point next year is the German language diploma. So if the children do a minimum amount of hours in the German Saturday School and progress accordingly to the textbook and the curriculum, then there will be a test at the end, which will, if they pass it, which will serve as the officially accepted German language diploma, which they can then present to German schools and say, hey, my children are up to par.
Right.
So this is something that the public school system by no means can provide, because public schools need to be catering to the overall public, but we're trying to plug this hole that is growing right now. We have, I don't know how many hundreds of German families in the Tennessee Valley, and it's continuously growing. And as people learn about what we do, and as parents who come in here recognize that their children are losing a little bit of their language skills, that's when our program will going to take off. And we're currently seeing at least one new student every new session.
Well, now Anna, do you go every every time they have the class? Do you go?
Yes.
You do.
She's probably one of the
You do?
teachers by
That's
now.
right. You're the one that keeps them straight. Can you give the commands out when they're doing things and tell them how to do those different things in German? Good for you. Good for you. Well, you're a smart little thing, and she's awful pretty too, Christian. You done good.
She knows it too.
She knows it too. Well, of course she does. You got to know it, because if you don't know it, then why have it, right?
Well, let me
Well,
ask
she
you this,
can suss it
Christian.
out.
Yes.
Now, how long? First of all, what time does it start on Saturday, and how long is the school day?
We start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And currently we run officially through 11, but most of the times it runs over until 11:30. We're really thankful to be able to use these rooms, but we always clean up afterwards, so we don't want to leave a mess in there.
Sure.
So it usually is 2.5 hours. At some point we may have to expand, but we're making baby steps right now.
Yeah.
And the blueprint, if you will, would be the German Saturday School in Atlanta, which attracts, I believe, somewhere in the 250 students every Saturday. That's
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's a big city. I mean,
Yeah.
Right,
but,
right.
and I don't think we'll get to that point, but I hope we'll be able to provide more encompassing classes and more structured progression as we go forward.
Right.
And we are currently exploring the possibilities of offering a class for adult learners.
Right.
Now, what would somebody, if they're watching and they want to sign their child up, if there's a child watching that would like to sign up, what do they need to do, and what
I
exactly
think the easiest way is to go to our website. You can see it on the bottom of your screen there, clevelandmosaiccenter.com. The Mosaic organization that you guys know I work for is the umbrella organization for German Saturday School. So you go to Cleveland Mosaic Center, and there'll be a tab that says German Saturday School, and it has all the information. It has an enrollment form. It has I think the tuition structures on there. So there's all the paperwork that you need. You'll find on that website. And if you have questions, there'll be an email button. You can just email us, and either my wife or I or Lisa Yulo, who is the lead teacher at German Saturday School, will answer your questions. Big shout out to Lisa, by the way. She's the German teacher at Walker Valley High School.
Oh, okay.
And she does this in her spare time as well. So right now this is a volunteer-driven program. Of course, as we grow, we might need some more funding.
Sure.
So if you're out there, if you are in some corporate function or in the HR field, and you know you have workforce that needs to be working with a German-speaking populace, come see us. We'll find a way to get you involved.
And yeah, and like you said, with Wacker and Volkswagen coming to our area, there's going to be an influx of German-speaking people that will come here, and then of course their children, or folks that are American that go over to Germany and then have to come back, and their children are going to need to be fluent in that, especially if if they maybe grow up to get into that field themselves.
Oh, of course. You can't start soon enough to learn a foreign language, and
Right.
unfortunately, our school system does not see that window of opportunity for young learners. So,
Yeah, exactly.
and the sooner you can commit yourself and your children into doing that, the more beneficial it will be.
Right. When you hear, that the students are 3.5, you're thinking, well, how is that? But that's how you start. Is you start at that very young when their skills, their language skills start. You have to integrate that, and that's the easiest time to learn. Because now, if you were to try to teach me German, it would have a Southern accent.
It would be fun.
Right, it would be fun, and it would be days and days to get a sentence out. But these kids learn so easily,
yeah.
and they pick it up so quickly, and it's just important to keep reiterating that.
Yes.
That's the repetition is what keeps it fresh and
most of the foreign kids who come in here at that age, they pass their parents
right.
very quickly. The parents always think, "Oh, my child doesn't speak English enough." Well, you just wait 2 months.
That's right.
Right. They'll be fine.
Then they go home and say, okay, now listen, not only do I want you to teach me, how to use the computer, but you also need to teach me the German you've learned.
And
Fix
reprogram the
my phone.
TiVo.
Right, program
Right,
the TV,
do
and fix the
something with that
phone.
TV.
Right. Well, Christian, we appreciate you coming by and talking to us
thanks for
about
having
this.
us.
Yes,
A
definitely.
little
And
tired here, huh?
I
thank
know.
you,
Now
Anna,
you
for
gotta
coming
go
by,
to
too.
school.
Yeah, now
I'm
she's going to real
telling you.
school.
I know. Then she has to go to real school. It starts early this morning.
Yeah.
Say guten Morgen und auf Wiedersehen.
That's right.
Well, Christian, again, the phone number.
The phone number would be 284-5013. That's how you get a hold of me, and I'll be able to answer all those
And
questions.
the website?
ClevelandMosaicCenter.com.
Okay.
All the information that you need will be there under the German Saturday School tab.
Terrific. Thank you so much for being with us.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you,
for having
Anna,
us.
for being with us as well.
right.
Okay. And folks, first of all, he's a great guy, but you'd want to take advantage of this. Obviously, if you're getting involved in Volkswagen or Wacker, you're going to want your kids to take advantage of this as well. It's every other Saturday. It's the German Saturday School, and he gave the website and the phone number. So get in touch with Christian and get yourself set up.
All right.
Thank
Vielen
you all
Dank.
so much. Well, we're about out of time. That's
We
it
are.
for this Wednesday, Tennessee Valley This Morning. We hope you've had yourself a good morning. Remember, it's a great day today, 68 degrees for a high, 38 currently. It's 7:29. Have yourself a good day. We'll see you next Wednesday. Joe and Kim Palo.
Auf Wiedersehen.